Hi, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to today's webinar titled as AI Witchcraft or the Future of Business Leadership. This session is hosted by AI CERTs, a global certification body advancing AI, cybersecurity, and emerging technology skills worldwide. And we have collaborated with the Analyst Hub, a community driven platform dedicated to strengthening analytics and tech capability through learning, collaboration, and industry engagement. I welcome you all and thank you so much for joining us for what promises to be a thought provoking and future focused discussion today. Mr. Nabena, I would like to invite you to let us know a bit about Analyst Hub and what are we doing before we start with the session.
Okay, so my name is Ebibowe Nabena, the founder of the Analyst Hub. So at the Analyst Hub, what we do basically, we are a data-driven company, a data-driven organization, and we help every organization make good business decision from their data. So we derive this insight from their data, not just only helping them making that good business decision, we also help them make expansion from their business decision. So when we do this analysis for them, we also see, okay, how can you expand your business from this data or from this insight you derive from this data? Again, there's another aspect of the analysis sub that has to do with empowering the public, whereby we help people learn the basic skills they need in surviving in the digital economy, like what we have today. AI is driving everywhere, is a driving force in the global economy, and that's one thing the Analyst Hub is pushing so hard to see how we can empower organizations. So now the Analyst Hub have two different units, which one is focusing on helping solve your data-related problem, and two, training you with the necessary digital skills to help you excel in a digital economy. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Nabena, for letting us know and giving us a brief introduction about the Analyst Hub. Now, moving forward, I would like to introduce the speaker for today's session, and it's my absolute pleasure to invite him and take over the stage, Mr. Sheikh Rashid Javed. Rashid is a seasoned cybersecurity professional, corporate trainer, Microsoft certified trainer, EC Council certified instructor, and AI certified trainer with over a decade of global experience. He has delivered enterprise level training across government and private sectors, enabling secure digital transformation for diverse audiences. He has worked with leading organizations including HCL Technologies, RK University, Koenig Solutions, and Netcom Learning USA, where he currently serves as a subject matter expert. With more than 30 global certifications, he is deeply committed to fostering cybersecurity and AI talent across industries. Please join me in welcoming Sheikh Rashid Javed.
Thank you. Thanks. So thanks for the lovely introduction. I hope I'm audible. My screen is visible.
Yes, Sheikh.
And I'm good to start, right?
Yeah.
All right. Thanks. Thanks for this lovely introduction. And Ms. Nabina, it's great to hear from you that you guys are doing a great job, because I got a chance to deliver trainings at Africa also. I have been there to Ghana, Accra, Ghana, and I do see that people have a lot of interest, they have a lot of passion, right, to learn. And now when it comes to AI, so here also people are trying their best to keep updated themselves. And I'm lucky to get a chance to deliver this webinar today, which is AI, is it witchcraft or the future of business leadership? Now, being a certified and professional trainer for our last, I would say 10 plus years, I do visit a lot of countries. I interact with a lot of people. For me, it is always a learning and teaching, because this is, it's lifelong learning. So whatever techniques I have been delivering, now I'm trying to implement AI. That is where we have to keep updated. Now, let's come back to the topic. So why there's a confusion? Is it a witchcraft or is it a future of business leadership? So based on my own experience, since I do deliver certifications and I'm also AI certified trainer. So let's first understand what are the benefits of AI. for you business leaders. I know there are a lot of leaders who are joining with me today. So there are a lot of benefits. And first thing is better decision making. So you do a proper forecasting. You handle risk management. You're getting a real-time business insights. So what it does, it is going to help you to enhance your productivity. And ultimately, you want to reduce the cost because automation is everything. It accelerates your workflow. So you as a human or me as a human, we are going to focus on creativity or strategy. And we can personalize the customer experience. Smart systems being used in customer service and product. We have seen a lot of companies using it. And that is where all the companies, they don't want to lag behind, but they want to be in this race, AI race. And it also does enable innovative leadership because these leaders make decisions based on data and you get more clarity, you get more visibility nowadays. Now, is it witchcraft or is it a future of business leadership? That's very important. So if we see here, AI becomes a witchcraft only if it is misunderstood. So, but if we have the right awareness, if we have the right governance, if we have the proper implementation, AI is not a witchcraft anymore. Because human leaders are enhanced by AI, not replaced by it. And those who fear AI will be left behind. Those who learn it will be in a good position to shape the future. So it is not, AI is not a magic, but it's a powerful tool. So it's going to define what a leadership means in the modern world. So those leaders who adapt with AI, correct, they'll be ahead. So that is my personal experience. Now let's start. Okay, so is AI let me okay. So now is AI witchcraft or the future of business leadership? Unpacking the myth and mobilizing strategic potential. So whether people see AI as something mysterious, right? Or is it like a witchcraft, a scary? Or is it a powerful tool? This is going to help you in your business leadership, how you think or how you take it. So if you see here, unpacking the myths and mobilizing the strategic potential. So this webinar is to remove the misunderstanding and some false belief about AI. How AI can actually help you and me to grow our business and as leaders to make smart decisions. So if you say here, provocative framing, contrasting witchcraft with futuristic leadership, highlights social tension and curiosity around the AI adoption. So what does that mean? So if you compare witchcraft with future leadership, it shows that we have a lot of confusion, we have a lot of fear, we have a lot of curiosity about the AI. So tension between the fear and opportunity, that is always there. So it's very important that we think deeply and we discuss AI openly. Event purpose. So the purpose of the event is to explain AI in simple and clear way, to remove the fear, to remove the confusion, to discuss how AI affect modern business leadership. Correct? Now, this is with respect to African business, which is growing, as I said. I got a chance to deliver trainings there. It is adapting with the technology rapidly. So what's the guiding question here? How can leaders transform this AI from something which is being misunderstood into a trusted tool, which can be used by you and me for making decisions for growth? So how can business leaders stop being afraid of AI? How can you learn to understand it and use it wisely? How can it help you to make better decisions? Correct? So it is helping you leaders to move from thinking that AI is scary, it is confusing, to understanding that it is useful, it is powerful, it is very important for your future success. So it is no longer a witchcraft. AI myth versus reality, why it matters. So we need to understand what we think about AI and what it actually is, because this difference will impact the decisions you make in your business. You need to understand the misconception, that cloud leadership judgment. So if we misunderstand the AI, that can confuse us as leaders and we can make wrong decisions. So when leaders are guided by myths instead of fact, what will happen? They will fear the AI, correct? And then there'll be impossible result. Leaders are often misled because, like science fiction movies, like social media hype, like if you see a lot of headlines nowadays, some unreal promises from the vendors, and many people think that AI is extremely dangerous or it is some witchcraft. So this is actually hiding the real power, real value of AI, and it's misguiding us as decision makers. So clarity is strategic. And when we leaders understand what AI can or cannot do, so what will happen? We will spend money wisely. We will choose the right technology. We can set real goals, because good clarity leads to good strategy. Culture and policy impact. So these myths do not affect decisions, they also affect the influence. The company culture. You might have seen a lot of companies, a lot of employees, they fear that they will lose the job. Government policies, maybe some laws may be too strict or unclear. Public perception. People might distrust the technology. So it's very important that we address those myths. We create a healthy environment for innovation. Foundation for better questions. So when these myths are removed and facts are understood, leaders can ask smart questions. What real business problem can this AI solve for me? How can I use it responsibly or ethically? How can it help me to grow instead of replacing the humans? Now, if you see a lot of companies, a lot of people being left, and AI is made a reason. I'm not going in deep, to name those companies here, but a lot of times people make it AI as a reason. There's a lot of confusion. There's a lot of misunderstanding. So how can AI help us to grow instead of replacing humans? So we have strong strategies. We have better outcome. Because myths create fear, myths create confusion, and trust creates confidence. Trust creates progress. Now, if you see at this time, there are a lot of companies who use AI in a better way, who give assurance to their people, to their employees. And this is where employees trust that company. So understanding the real power of AI helps you as a leader or me as a leader to make smarter decisions, to make ethical decisions, and to make future ready decisions. So that's the objective. Now, a lot of myths. AI will replace humans. So I see a lot of people saying, hey, Sheikh, is it going to replace humans? Many people believe that AI will take over every job, make humans unnecessary. Not true. And you might have heard a lot of news leaders, a lot of company leaders, a lot of CEOs coming with the statement, you should start farming, you should start doing this, because AI is going to replace entirely everything. The misunderstanding is that AI will automate everything. AI can automate certain specific tasks, not all job roles. AI augments, not replaces. Because AI is there to support humans, not eliminate them. Why would Microsoft give a name Copilot? Why didn't they give the name Pilot? Because it needs you also. Correct? So they give the name Copilot. It is not a pilot. It needs you. So you are the pilot. And that is your co-pilot. And they wisely have chosen the name because it's not entirely, it's not replacing you. And a lot of people who are totally dependent on the co-pilot, yes, for them it could be a problem. But if I take a support from co-pilot, right, or maybe other chat GPT, yes, that helps me. So AI is designed to support humans, not eliminate them. AI can do fast calculations. AI can analyze large amount of data. AI can repeat automated tasks, but it cannot replace the human judgment, your creativity, your decision making. That is the power which AI has not right now. Human context matters. So you are important. AI cannot understand emotions. AI cannot understand ethics, morals, social, cultural, human relationships. And these are very important for leadership, teamwork, teaching, creativity. And this is where humans will be needed. Automation, autonomy. So just because something is automated doesn't mean that it can be run by itself without humans. Even in highly automated industries, AI needs human supervision. I have seen in manufacturing, aviation, healthcare, it needs monitoring, it needs corrections, decision approval, and AI cannot work independently without this guidance. So there's a strategic coexistence. So successful leaders like you and me, we design an environment where humans will do thinking, they do strategy, they do creativity, and AI will handle the repetitive and complex data tasks. So we are working together, humans and AI, to achieve better result. AI will not replace humans, but it will replace the routine task, and it will help humans do more powerful work. So humans, it's not like humans versus AI, what people think, but it is humans with AI. That's what's happening. Myth number 2, AI is only for big tech or engineers, democratizing access to artificial intelligence. So many people believe that only large technology companies or highly technical experts can use AI, but this is not true anymore. So AI is becoming available to everyone, not just specialists. These tools are easy to access. They're cheaper. They're simple to use. So AI is becoming a mainstream. There are many easy to use tools. So small and medium businesses can use AI. People without technical background, they can use AI. You don't need to be a programmer, right? Like you might have seen chatbots. You might have seen analytics dashboards, automatic marketing tools, right? So where non-tech people also use it. Cross-industry relevance is not only for technology companies, but it is used in many industries. So I have seen AI being used in there's some background. Oh, sorry. Yeah. So there's a little distraction. So from the healthcare to agriculture. So I have seen AI being used in healthcare. You might have seen that it predicts a lot of diseases in news always to manage the patient data. You might have seen in agriculture to forecast your crops, to detect the soil moisture. It is used in finance for fraud detection, customer service. It is used in retail for personalized shopping recommendations, in education for smart learning. So AI is solving a real problem everywhere. No code, no barrier. So there are a lot of platforms where you can build AI without writing a code. You might have seen low code tools or no code tools. There's a low, there's also no. So business leaders, teams can analyze data and make decisions without needing those engineering skills. And you might have seen that there was a news recently which says that you don't need to be a coder. You just define with those graphical things what you need, even if it's building a site. So you can develop, you can design everything with just defining. You don't need to be a coder. Strategic, not just technical. So AI success depends on the clear strategy. I have seen a lot of business, they just rush without understanding the clear strategy, without understanding the ethical responsibility, without understanding their vision. So you need to understand the business need. You don't need to have a deep technical knowledge. A good leader who understands a business problem is more important than a technical expert who only understands the technology. So it's not for the big companies, it's not for the engineers, it's not for the experts, but it is for everyone, whether you're a small business, whether you are a non-technical leader. So the power of AI is how you use it, not whether you code or not. So that's the idea. Myth 3, AI guarantees instant ROI. So this is another myth I have seen. Some people believe that a company start using AI, they will immediately make more money or they want to see the fast result. Not true. It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of patience. So I know there's a lot of excitement, there's a lot of marketing around it, but if you are doing a real business, you need a good planning, you need a lot of efforts, you need patience, not magic, no quick fix. And AI adoption takes time. So success depends on a lot of things. You need to have a good quality data. You need to have a proper system to integrate that in your existing environment. You need to train your employees properly. Your company should be ready. If any of them are weak, results will be slow. So AI is a journey. It's not overnight win. Hype versus value. AI is not a miracle. It's not a shortcut. So you will be seeing those long lasting benefits or real benefits only when AI is aligned with your business strategy, when you solve a real problem, not just because it is trending and you want to rush in, but you have to define what's the problem we are going to solve with the AI. This is where you'll be able to use it properly. Process, people, and platform. So those who work in cybersecurity, you know that process, people, and technology, right? So here we have process, people, and platform. So AI success depends on process, people, and platform. So technology, what is platform? Technology, tools. What are people's? You, with proper skills, with proper mindset, with proper collaboration. And process is to have a clear workflow, to have a clear goal. And if you connect all of them, you got your success. Measure what matters. So return on investment is not about how much money you have saved. I've seen this confusion with a lot of organizations. So they treat return on investment only about how much money they saved. But this should be measured based on speed, based on agility, based on better decision making, and important, very important, your customer satisfaction, your innovation, new opportunities. So they don't appear immediately, but they create a bigger value for you in the future. So AI does not give you an instant result or guaranteed profit, but you need to have a right planning. You need to have a data. You need to have people. You need to have a process. And this is where you will have a long-term business growth. You need to have patience. You need to have strategy. You need to have continuous improvement. So that is needed everywhere. Even if you go to gym, you want to make a solid body, right? You need a patience. So same thing goes to AI. A lot of time, a lot of patience, a lot of planning, correct? So same thing goes here. From myths to strategic use, refining AI as a leadership enabler. So once we remove the false belief and misunderstanding about AI, we can start using it correctly. We can improve the business outcome. So instead of thinking AI as something scary or confusing, We need to see it as a tool that supports you as a leader, so you make smarter decisions. Moving beyond misconception. So now there's a lot of misconception, but we are moving beyond misconception. After understanding the truth about AI, leaders can shift from fear, from being confused, from some unrealistic expectations, to use AI to create your business value, to create your competitive advantage. Correct? As a leadership tool, AI is not only about automation, it's not only replacing tasks, but you can improve the decision making if you have a proper data. You can predict the future trends. You can also see the risk. So something which was not visible to us, now we have that data with us. So we increase the performance, we increase the efficiency. So it becomes your smart partner in the leadership. Strategy first, then tech. So this is very important. So the successful project I have seen, it starts with your clear business goal. Like you want to improve the customer experience, you want to reduce the risk, you want to increase the productivity. So once this goal is clear, then you choose the technology. But I have seen people bringing up the technology and seeing how it is going to help us, and this doesn't work. Maybe sometimes, but most of the times, if you define the goal first and then use the technology. So this is very important. This is where I've seen a lot of people, getting confused. Because let's assume I see a tool, I start bringing it in my company, and then I'm seeing the benefits. No, you just define what is your problem, and then you find the right tool to solve the problem. But you first define the strategy. Enabling human potential. So AI takes over time, consuming and repetitive tasks like data analysis. If you have to monitor the systems, if you have to do some reporting continuously. So this makes you as a leader free on creativity, on innovation, relationship building, critical thinking. So that's where AI and you as a human are working together. So it helps you as a leader to understand how to use AI to make better decisions, right? So strategy comes first, then technology, so that you're free as a leader to do the quality work, that which is not done by AI. So AI is helping you here. AI for decision makers, empowering strategic thinking with intelligent tool. So AI tools help leaders make smarter decisions, make faster decisions, make more strategic decisions. So it supports your thinking. It doesn't replace you, it supports your thinking. From data to insights, AI can take a lot of raw data and it gives you a useful insight. You might have seen a lot of tools. You just feed your resume to it, and you ask, hey, can you please give me, let's assume you want to apply for a job. You want a cover letter. Okay, so you just feed your resume to ChatGPT. Hey, can you create a cover letter for me? You don't need to spend 10 hours, 8 hours, but in just 2 minutes, you will see a nicely designed cover letter, being designed by AI. And then you need to also modify it. Correct? Because sometimes people you might have seen there was a news recently where someone in the newspaper, they published that with ChatGPT, and then that line was there, the last thing was there. So do you want more help or something? So you should customize that, because you got a help from ChatGPT, and then you need to modify that. Very important. Speed and agility. AI can analyze your information. It can do the forecasting very faster than humans. So you can make your decisions quick. This is one of the benefit. Even if the situation is changing, or even if something is unpredictable. Foresight capabilities. So AI is going to help you as a leader to understand your future trend, to understand the future risk, to understand the future opportunities. So you can look ahead. Like you might have seen, you show your hand to someone, hey, can you see my future? And this is what AI is. Hey, Sheikh, this is the future. After analyzing about me or you, it just shows you the future. So that is foresight capabilities. Now, if you know something is going to happen, you're better, you're doing proactive, you're being proactive, and you understand how to deal with it. Focus on impact, non-input. So instead of spending time on a routine task or data gathering, leaders can use AI to focus on results, to focus on outcomes. So from being reactive, sorry, you are being proactive. That's important. Even if you see in your, those who are in the security domain. So earlier some virus comes in, infects our whole network, we are being reactive. Hey, virus is there, let me deal with it. Now you're being proactive. It happened to someone else, I don't want that to happen to me. This is what we need. Now these are the use cases. Data-driven strategy decisions. AI helps leaders make smart decisions faster. We discussed that. And you can grow your business. You have to be ahead of your competitor. So it gives you a 360 business visibility. Because you might have seen a lot of tools have AI dashboards that gathers data from different parts of a company, gives you a clear view. Like, you might have seen there is a, in your cybersecurity, you might have seen a lot of tools there. We call them, single pane of glass. Correct? So leaders can see what's happening across the organization. It gives you a single source of truth. And then predictive analytics. AI can predict your future. What's going to happen? What is the outcome? So you can explore more options. You can make proper choice before that happens. It helps you with dynamic scenario planning. So AI allows leaders to simulate different scenarios, like any economic change, any operational change, any geopolitical shift. So you can plan better. You can prepare for uncertainties. Evidence-based strategy. So AI provides you a data and evidence. Correct? So you can rely on it. So instead of doing a guesswork, this improves your risk management. It makes you to choose something which is safer. Use case, smart decisions under uncertainty. AI is a tool for navigating complex environment. So AI helps you to make better decisions when things are uncertain, when it is a very complex environment, when things are even changing rapidly, like real-time data acquisition. AI can update the recommendations continuously. So this is one of the benefit. It keeps adapting as per the situation, as you feed the new data. You make decision which is current, which is relevant. Reduce the decision latency. So AI provides automated insights quickly. So you can react faster to any change in the market. Enhancing judgment, not replacing it. So AI supports your thinking. It's going to find any hidden pattern. It suggests an evidence-based action. It doesn't replace the human judgment, but it makes the human smarter. And scenario awareness planning. AI can simulate multiple what if scenarios. You might have seen a lot of times if you work as a business leader, there's always what if. And then you're always confused. So shall I choose this one or shall I choose this one? Correct? And this is going to help you to choose the best one, even under pressure, because I know a lot of leaders are under pressure and they have to make a right decision. Time is important. A lot of confusion, a lot of fear. If I make this decision, am I being replaced? Am I going to get replaced? This should be the best one, right? But AI is going to make that, easy for you. Leadership imperatives for AI era. Strategic shift for effective and ethical implementation. So now leaders need to change the way they think and think to use AI properly as a responsible person, right? So we have to be very much responsible. Like you champion the vision. Leaders should clearly explain why AI matters for the organization. So as a leader, you should align your team around your, the goal of the company. So everyone understands what's the purpose, what's the value. Invest in capability building. You need training, you need skills to use it properly. You need to teach your employees the AI literacy so as to have a long-term success. So everyone is going to contribute to this AI initiative. embed ethics from day one. AI should be guided by clear rules. Now you see nowadays, this is one of the main problem, when it comes to ethics. That is where, there are a lot of rules, regulations. Every organization, every company, every country, every state is, working towards bringing up some rules and regulations. So AI should be guided by clear transparency, how AI make the decision, fairness, so there's no bias, because you have seen a lot of times there was a bias, accountability, who is responsible for anything, oversight. You need to monitor AI use. Ethics is also very important. And prioritize business use case. Start with the AI project that solve the important business problem, have a proper goals, have a proper outcome. So to understand the real value of the AI. AI ethics and responsible leadership. So now leaders must use AI in the way it should be ethical, it has to be fair, it has to be trustworthy. Innovation should benefit everyone. It should not cause the harm. So why ethics matters? Because if AI is left unchecked, it can do a lot of bias. We have seen a lot of biasness based on gender, based on sex, males and females. There was a lot of bias which happened because that is not the problem with the AI, but the data which you feed to AI. So it's, reducing trust in the organizations. It may cause harm to the society. That's why ethics is very important. So leaders need to guide AI to prevent these problems. Beyond compliance. So being ethical is more than just following the rules or regulations. So you're living your values. You're shaping a positive culture. You're protecting the reputation of the organization. Inclusive AI design. So when you design an AI, you need to have a lot of perspectives in your mind. It should work fairly for everyone. It should avoid any discrimination against the genders, against the different people, and governance as a strategy. So you need to embed ethics in your AI operations. You need to increase the public trust. You need to ensure that AI contributes positively to the society. Ethics and governance, core principles. AI should not be just about technology. It should reflect the organization's values and ethical standards. So main thing is the transparency. AI decision should be clear. It should be understandable to everyone, to your users, right? To your regulators, to your stakeholders. People should know how and why AI made that particular decision. There should be no confusion. It has to be fairness. AI must be designed to reduce the bias and treat all users equally. No group is unfair. Accountability. So there should be a clear responsibility. Who is responsible for the particular result, the technical result? Who is responsible for the ethical impact? And security and privacy. Data used in the AI must be protected. AI should protect the personal information. And now you feed a lot of personal data to AI. Correct? But you want to make it sure it should not be misused. Ethical dilemma in AI leadership scenarios. Navigating real world complexity and responsibility. So AI can create a scenario where right choice is not obvious. So leaders must carefully understand the ethics, business goals, and social impact. Like, there's a bias in hiring algorithms. You might have heard a lot of times. Because sometimes AI does favor a certain group. So leaders have to stop using that tool. Leaders have to adjust it. Leaders have to ensure it's a fair hiring. Surveillance versus safety. So AI can watch your customer to prevent theft, but it may collect too much personal information. So you need to find an ethical balance between safety and privacy. AI in credit scoring. So I've seen a lot of financial institutions. What they do, they discriminate against the low income neighborhood. So they deny the loan to them. And leaders have to ensure there's a fair treatment. Delegation of responsibility. So when AI helps you in decision, so it is unclear who is responsible. Is it the developer who built it? Is this the business who is using it? Or is it an AI itself? And leaders have to define that particular accountability. From fear to future embracing AI in Africa. Now we are coming, to Africa, African business. So AI in Africa should not be seen as a threat because I discussed earlier, people are doing very good, a lot of initiatives. So it should be taken as an opportunity. You should strengthen the digital independence. You should promote local innovation. You should drive economic inclusion for more people. Correct? And rapid ecosystem growth. AI is growing fast across your continent. There are a lot of startups I've seen, a lot of innovation hubs like the one which we have here today. Right? And AI policies, a lot of companies, a lot of government is designing a lot of policies. I've seen like, Lagos, Nairobi, they're becoming, these cities are becoming digital leaders. So this creates a future or opportunities for technical growth. Sector specific impact. In Africa, I've seen AI being used in agriculture. You guys are predicting the crop yield. You are improving your farming efficiency. In healthcare, a lot of hospitals have started diagnosing the diseases and managing your patient data. In fintech, provide access to bank and credits. In education, I've seen a lot of people creating those smart solutions, learning systems. So global collaboration and local leadership. So working with universities, working with NGOs, with government is very important. So African innovation should lead the solution, ensuring local relevance and empowerment. Africa's AI landscape, trends and facts, understanding momentum behind the AI adoption. So if you see here, Africa has over 2,400 AI organization startups in more than 30 countries. So now this shows AI is growing fast across the continent. It is funding on the rise. In 2024, Africa Venture raised over $400 million. Now you can see the amount. Most investment went to fintech or agri-tech. So this shows the potential. Government supports growing. In Kenya, in South Africa, in Ghana, they're supporting it. So they're creating national AI strategies. They're launching some regulatory sandboxes to test AI safely. So they help in innovation. In education and talent building. So in university, there are a lot of research labs. There are a lot of boot camps and training programs. There are a lot of incubators. There are a lot of NGOs. So they ensure that local talent can develop, manage, and lead those AI projects. Strategic opportunities in Africa, unlocking value across sector economies. So agriculture innovation. So AI help farmers in optimizing the irrigation. I've seen people improving their crop yields. They're streamlining the supply chain. So it is increasing your food security and farm income. Financial inclusion. AI in finance is used in credit scoring and fraud detection. So it makes easy for people to access those bank account, to get those micro loan, to participate in a financial system. So it helps people to benefit from finance, even in remote village. Healthcare delivery. AI is going to help you diagnose tools that identify those diseases faster, to reach those remote communities. So to extend the quality healthcare, urban and infrastructure planning. So it helps in analyzing your lot of data. So it supports some sort of smart city planning. It helps to guide the infrastructure planning, investment. So this helps ultimately in better management, modern cities, AI cities. Now, what are the challenges and solutions? So if you see, there's a digital infrastructure gap. Many areas in Africa, they have unreliable internet. You guys know that in the village. So there's limited computer power. There is inconsistent electricity. So this makes it a little harder to implement AI, but there are a lot of solutions like mobile networks, cloud computing, solar power that can help. And there is a talent and skill shortage. So there are not enough AI trained professionals. So Africa right now needs AI education program. They need local training and boot camps. They need to retain the skilled technical workers. So to ensure that project is going to succeed locally. Policy and regulatory uncertainty. So AI growth is slowed by if you have, it just slows if you have unclear or missing rule, or there is a difficulty in attracting investment. Risky innovation environment. So clear policy should be there to support the innovation. Trust and culture readiness. So people, I've seen they worry about the AI when it comes to surveillance, data privacy, the decisions made by the AI. So there has to be a proactive communication. There should be a education. There should be a transparent practices that can build trust. So that's something which is lacking. Now, what are the key takeaways from insight to leadership transformation? So AI is not a magic or something to fear, but it's a tool. It works best if you have a clear understanding, if you have a good governance, if you use it ethically. And strategic integration is a key. AI should support your business goal and align with the values. When used properly, it creates a real impact. Good thing Africa is rising. So Africa's ecosystem is growing rapidly. A lot of startups, a lot of innovation hubs, a lot of skill talent emerging. So it's a right time to lead, to invest, and to scale AI initiatives locally. Next step is your AI executive program. So it's a leadership training program that helps you as a business leader to understand the AI clearly, to use it AI strategically, and lead ethical in the and lead ethically in the AI area. So there are a lot of certifications, but this is one of the certification, AI plus executive. If you do the course, because I'm also kind of keeping myself updated with AI techniques. So this is one of the course for the leaders. All right, so we have covered a lot of ground, from AI myths to the leadership qualities, ethical dilemma in Africa. Now we'd like to hear from you. So you can ask your questions and I'll be here to answer based on whatever knowledge I have. So I can, again, there's always a learning, but I'm going to share my experience or my answers based on, my whatever role I have, whatever I have learned so far. And so that's it about this. Now I'm ready to take any questions you guys have. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sheikh. And that was quite an insightful session, I would say. And our audience must have received a powerful, impact. And I'm sure that they must have gotten an idea of how to move forward with this. So we do have some questions with us. I'll just start with one of those. So first question we have is, many leaders think AI is too technical. How can a non-technical leader adopt AI confidently?
All right, a great question, because if you remember, I tried to cover that in my today's talk, but still, I would like to elaborate on this. So you don't need to be a technical, you don't need to be an engineer to lead the AI initiative. So what you need is AI literacy. So it's not about coding, it's no more a coding. So you need to kind of build an understanding of what an AI can do or cannot do. So you need to set up your vision. You need to have the right people, and you need to give more priority to ethics and how to use AI securely. So it should be aligning with your business outcome. If you remember, I discussed strategy, then the tool.
Right.
So it's about direction, not development. Thank you.
Yeah. The next question that we have is, again, this has been discussed, but it would be great if you can just throw some more light on this. How can leaders balance AI adoption with the fear employees have about being replaced?
Yes, this is one of the big fear I have seen with almost every company. I guess it's more of the social media. You see a lot of news on the social media, but this is something very serious, because ultimately transparency and communication is very important. So leaders should take AI as a support system. It is not a replacement. So if you train your employees properly, if you upskill them, if you show them how AI simplifies work, right? And then how it makes things easy if we collaborate. So it improves your AI journey. It builds trust. It builds ownership. So it's the way how you take it.
Great, great. Moving on to next, we have what skills should future leaders cultivate to stay relevant in the age of AI?
There are a lot of skills, but I would suggest, based on my experience, I would say digital literacy. You should understand the data, you should understand the AI basics, and there has to be the awareness, cyber awareness. So security first, whenever it comes to decision, because if you remember earlier, all those systems, they were not designed as a security first, but nowadays
Right,
we should give more focus to security, critical thinking, questioning AI generated insights, and adaptability. So continuous learning, because we have to be lifelong learners. So continuous learning and evaluation. So leaders who are doing lifelong learning will always thrive. So if I say, like, I've spent, let's assume, 10 years in cybersecurity, so if I say I'm an expert, that's where I stop learning things. But still, if you tell me today what do you know, I'll say I don't know anything, because that keeps me motivated. That keeps me, if I say I'm done, that stops me from learning. So it has to be adaptability.
great answer. It's actually very, very effective, I would say. Um, yeah, so last but not the least, what's one practical step a company can take tomorrow to begin its AI journey?
Okay, so there are a lot of things, but one thing I would suggest is you need to do the readiness assessment. So, what data you have existing right now? What business problem AI could solve from you? And what's the risk and how it can be mitigated? It brings you a clarity. You have a direction. You have a roadmap. So again, right? So it's more about seeing, are you ready? Because I've seen a lot of companies, so what they do is, without understanding, they start implementing it. But it's more about defining the objectives and then seeing, are you ready for this? Because you have to first see the problem and then understand how AI is going to solve that problem for you.
Right, right.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Sheikh, I think, yeah, with that, we come to an end of this session. And I would like to thank everyone for joining today's webinar. A big thank you to you, Mr. Sheikh, for sharing your expertise with us, and also the Analyst Hub for making this session actually possible. So there's a very good offer that has been offered by AI CERTs for all the attendees for today's session. They have been actually giving 20% discount on three of the great certifications that we have, which is AI plus data, AI plus security compliance, and AI plus business intelligence. I would request all the attendees to quickly enroll into these certifications and take as much profit out of it as they can. Also, if in case you have any doubts or any questions, you can reach out to us on our website, or maybe you can email us directly. All the links have been shared in the chat box for your convenience. Thank you once again, everyone. Thank you so much for joining.
Thanks all. It was pleasure. Thank you.